Today, in this video, I'm going to take you along with me in screen printing reflective ink. What's going on, guys? My name is Bobby Tanaka, and I'm the owner of Aesthetic Imprint, which is a custom apparel printing company specializing in screen printing out of Frederick, Maryland. You heard it, guys. Today, I'm taking you along with me in screen printing reflective ink from start to finish. I actually printed this ink a while ago, and it turned out great, so I said, why not record the process and show you guys how it's done? So let's go. So the first step you want to do is get your design printed on transparency paper. You want to expose the screen. Now, for screen printing reflective ink, you want to have a low mesh count so that all the diamonds and beads and all that glittery stuff can go through the screen. So in this case, we just have a one color print, so we're just going to be using a 110 screen. So let's go expose that. Alright guys, as you saw from that little clip, we are printing the Allureglow ink. Talk about a free advertisement. I mean, come on. I don't know how to say the company name. I think it's Allureglow. But yeah, this is the plastisol ink. It's actually a plastisol ink. It's not water-based. I like plastisol ink. I hate working with water-based. I should try it once in a while, but for now I'm going to stick to what I'm good at, which is plastisol ink. That's why I got this one. They're the only ones that sell plastisol ink that's reflective that I know of. Ryan and them, they sell Allureglow, but they're all water-based, and I really want plastisol ink. So this one's actually plastisol, so you cure it the same way you would cure regular plastisol ink. Now this is a gray that we're printing today. The client is actually getting, we're printing for a clothing brand, so the client is actually getting some that is white print and some that is this print. I convinced him to go ahead and get this print because I think it'll be dope, especially with the gray on gray hoodies, gray t-shirts with this dark grayish reflective ink. Is going to turn out fire. But yeah, let's go do this. Alright guys, now that we got our screen exposed, don't mind the noise. It's a conveyor dryer and the flash unit heating up. But now that we got our screen, 110 screen, we want to hook this bad boy up to the press. Alright, now that you got the ink, you want to make sure you mix this ink very properly. Please mix it for a couple, not even a second. Just mix it for at least 1 to 2 minutes, just so you get everything mixed up. 1 to 2 minutes may be a little much, but just make sure you mix it so that all the sparkly thingamajiggers is mixed. Then you want to load it up. You'll feel the little beads when you go to press it. It's like little diamonds. Now, the good thing about this ink is you don't need a special additive to put into it and mix it and get it right. With the other reflective inks, you have to have the separate diamonds. Let's just call it diamonds, the little sparkly things. You gotta have those special diamonds added into the mix. And then once you mix it up, you have to use that amount of ink in 9 hours or else you throw it away. With this, it's just like regular plastisol ink. You just throw it on the screen. If you don't use it all, just throw it right back into the quart container and you save it for later. Oh, one more thing before I go to print this. This reflective ink is best print with just one print. So don't print flash print this because the diamonds actually get covered up and they don't shine as much when you do a print flash print. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Here's what our first print came out as. You don't see it too much in the gray shirt, but you can see it sparkle a little bit. And I personally love that tone-on-tone look. Now this looks great, but let me flash this and show you guys what happens when I do a print flash print. Honestly, I think this turned out a lot better with the print flash print. The instructions say not to do a print flash print, but honestly it did turn out better. But I do see less shine to it, like I had said. It's just more opaque, but the shininess has reduced a little bit. Now, here's the print flash print. It looks amazing, stretches great. It's still reflective just a little bit. Let me give you guys a closer look at this. But I think that just the one print was a lot more reflective, but there's no way to tell until I do a close-up and do a side-by-side. So let me print just a one print on this side. Now, as you guys can see, this was the print flash print, and this was just a one print. It's hard to tell that it's even reflective. It's not much reflectiveness going on both of them, if I'm being quite honest. This one just looks a little darker. This one's a little lighter because it's just a one print. But the reflectiveness, I really don't see. It's kind of there. Alright, so I just printed the same design on black, and it seems to be a lot more better in black, to be honest. I don't know what all this is. I think that's just glaring from, I don't know, maybe it's just pinholes that we need to fix. But this is a lot more reflective in black, for sure. Alright guys, I think I figured it out. In order to print this, as you can see, this one is a lot more reflective than these test prints up here. And the reason for that is you just have to put a lighter pressure on the squeegee. Alright guys, as you can see, I did a test print on a black shirt, and that reflectiveness is coming out very great. As you can see it in the light. It's very reflective, and it's even reflective without the light. But yesterday when I did this test print, came out like this because I was putting too much pressure. So when you put less pressure, like this one I did again too, you can see on the gray it's a lot more reflective compared to the other ones that I did today, these two, versus this last one. And that last one is a lot more reflective. Don't know if the camera is doing its justice, but so I think the key is to not put as much pressure when you're squeezing with this squeegee. Just do a light pressure like you're just floating the ink on top of the design. Now that we got the test prints gone, let's try this on an actual t-shirt and see how it comes out on this actual next level t-shirt. Now this is a darker gray, so I'm curious as to see how this comes out. And like I said, just a light pressure. I'm barely even pressing down, just floating above the shirt. Okay. Ooh, that looks clean. That tone on tone looks clean. So you just want to flash it like a regular plastisol ink. Couple seconds. Make sure it's just tacky. And then same thing, flood it. But this one, the second coat, just goes super light. Just float it right on top. Ooh. And as you can see, that turns out a lot better. There it is, guys. This gray on gray actually turned out amazing. As you can see the reflectiveness and the shininess. Those diamonds are VVS at this point. It looks amazing. Let's begin production on this one. Alright guys, the reflective print is done. Came out amazing. Especially in the light, it's very reflective. But now I gotta switch out the ink to do white print on those items, so let me go do that. All right guys, the client also did get custom neck tags, so I'm gonna show you guys the process of me printing that real quick. These tags are tearaway, so you just rip them out. It's as easy as that. And you just make sure your size is right, because if this is a size medium t-shirt but you're printing a size large tag, you're gonna be screwed. Alright guys, the print came out perfect, reflective came out perfect, neck tags came out perfect. Now we're going to do the last piece to the puzzle, which is folding and bagging each individual shirt to give it that retail finished look. So let me do that and then give you guys a close-up of how the prints turned out. There you have it, guys. These hoodies turned out amazing. These t-shirts, reflectiveness is there a little bit, not as much as heat press obviously, but it's still better than nothing. And yeah, there you guys have it. The hoodies, t-shirts, everything turned out great, and the reflective print turned out great. As you see here with the poly bag, you can still see it shining in there. So reflectiveness is still there, but it's obviously not going to be as good as a heat press. Like if you look at this one is heat press. This one is reflective, super reflective. But this is heat press, so there's a difference in screen printing. It'll be less reflective, but it'll still be reflective. But it'll last longer, such as this, the heat press one. This thing will crack after a couple washes, if I'm being honest, just because the film is so sensitive and it's heat pressed on, such as, whereas this is screen printed on. But there you have it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and comment down in the comment section below. If you don't have anything to say, just say hi and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.